Good morning, everybody. And for those of you who are celebrating in the States, happy Juneteenth Day. Um, and so before we get into our topic, which is interestingly enough, enmeshed and matched and in collaboration with, I want to be super clear that we stand with others and we stand for inclusion, diversity, and equity. Now, our focus is the world of brain change and dementia. But we believe that as a community, as a worldwide community, we are so much stronger and more wonderful together when we acknowledge and recognize, wow, we're not all the same, nor should we be. We're unique. You're unique. I am. I mean, Matthew and I can really see things in common. We have things in common, and some of the things we have in common are very basic beliefs about human beings, but we also have in common skills that we've chosen to practice and use. But over time, our brains will get more and more different as we live through this life. And as someone approaches a journey that they never signed on for, I mean, it wasn't like they go, oh, good, this is the one I want. I mean, nobody signed up for on Expedia for this particular journey or pushed the wrong button, and got, oh, look, I'm going to, in the world of dementia, brain changes aren't changes that you would have necessarily chosen for yourself, but things are happening. And so you're different. But then I think each of us is. So a friend of ours, Joanna Fix, who is both a core team, because our core team, the team that sort of guides and directs what we do, why we do what we do, Joanna is living with, we think at this point, probably it's hard to tell, but she's been doing it for a while, Alzheimer's, young onset, or maybe it's FTD-ish, or maybe we're not sure, but she sure has a lot of skill. And she has a history of teaching and educating and caring. And so Joanna and I did a program last Monday evening for us at this side of the world, but in fact, it would have been Tuesday morning for the folks in Australia, which is Open the Door, which is a group in Australia that's going, quit locking doors and open the door and let's talk. Let's talk about brain change. Let's talk about dementia. Let's talk about various diversities that we have. Let's not say people are equal and not mean it. Let's say you have a human spirit and we're all equal. Ability, skills, wow, that'll be different among us. So Joanna was not able to be there in person, but we had pre-recorded. And so that's going to be something that we share out sort of a little bit of on Saturday. You can decide if you want to dig in deeper. And the topic was caring or uncaring care. What's the challenge? Are people being encouraged to care in their care? Or in fact, is our system set up to encourage people to be uncaring in their care? Just get it done. Move on. Task oriented. Come on. Hurry up. And so Joanne and I did an interview and we talked to each other about it. And we had Bobby Redman over there. Bobby talked about it as well. And we had Monique talking about her dad and his experience and her experience. And we had others. What I want to do now is have Matthew throw up Joanna's report. After that, she had an experience because I think this is what we're talking about right here. So Matthew, if you'll pull that up, I'll read through it. So those of you who are listening and not watching, maybe you could pull it up. Can you get it, Matthew, or do you want me to? You got it. Okay, I figured you did. I know how you are. You get all that stuff and load it up for us.
It's getting ready backstage.
He's getting ready backstage.
To be able to come forward.
So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and read it as you guys are, you can listen to me and then you get a chance if you'd prefer to read it instead. You could turn the sound down and just read it if that's what you want to do instead. I'm not wedded to you listening to me. So here's what Joanna had to report. She had a fasting appointment at LabCorp, which is a provider out her way. And Forrest, her husband, and she had gotten there 45 minutes early and checked in. Now, I don't know many people who bother to do that, but she did because she knows that for her, she needs some prep time. When she got there, there were about 5 or 6 other people in the waiting room. And then someone said, Joanne. And Forrest and Joanna looked around and nobody stood up. And the woman said again, Joanne. is there Joanne here? And Forrest, her husband, said, do you mean Joanna? And the lady said, Joanne Fix. And he said, it's Joanna Fix. And Joanna said, no, doctor. She said, well, whatever. Who's the doctor that ordered your labs? And Joanna said, no, doctor, my PA ordered them. She said, whatever, have a seat, and you're next. And then the lady that pokes you for your blood comes out and says, so that was her first encounter. And then there's a second encounter. So the lady who actually draws blood comes out and says, Joanne. And another lady said, my name is Joan. Is that me? And the poker lady said, Joanne Fix. So Joanne stands up and said, I think that's me, Joanna Fix. And she says, whatever, come on back. So by the time she gets back to the chair for the poker lady, Forrest knew there was about to be trouble. So she got through it, but she was a mess. Something that should have been so innocuous as a routine blood draw turned sour because others couldn't be bothered to do their job correctly. And she says, I wasn't trying to be difficult, but my ear hears my name only, which is Joanna, not Joanne, not Joan, not Jane. And people wonder why they get punched. Mystery solved. So that's uncaring care. That's, I don't care that you're sharing with me that I need to hear my name. Matthew, let's just do this. So do you want me to be Joanna or do you want to be Joanna?
Oh, let me be Joanna.
You're going to be Joanna.
Yeah, I want to be
Joanna. So I'm going to come into the waiting room with my thing and I'm going to say, Joanne, is there a Joanne here? I'm looking for Joanne Fix.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey, do you mean Joanna Fix?
Oh, Joanna Fix. Oh, they must have written your first name down inaccurately then. So it's Joanna, not Joanne, but it is Fix?
Yeah, Fix is right. It's Joanna, not Joanne.
Excellent. And you're here for?
Well, I'm here to get some tests done, some blood drawn.
Blood draw. Okay, excellent. And your physician or health provider ordered it for you?
My PA did.
Your PA.
Yeah.
Do you or the person who's with you? And hi, I'm Teepa Snow, and you are? So we just introduced ourselves to Forrest, by the way. And you're Joanna Fix. Got it. I'm going to work on getting the correction in there. We may have to do the whole formal thing. I'm not sure, but I certainly can make sure everybody this time knows you're Joanna Fix, not Joanne. Do you, Forrest? Yeah. Do you happen to recall the name of the PA? Just I want to make sure that I've got all those details accurate. Perfect. Yes, that's the person. You got it. Must have been his office. All right. Somehow somebody missed an A. Tell you what, come on back and we'll make sure that we get you set up. Boy, you were here early, huh?
Well, yeah, I there's a lot of things happening and I wanted to make sure and be prepared for today.
Perfect. So let me check in. Do you get a little anxious or nervous around the blood draw, or is it just dealing with the whole coming to the office and all that kind of thing?
I mean, it can be a little anxious. As long as you're slow and give me some time, I think I'll be okay.
Okay. So two things that help slow it down a little bit. And would you like Forrest to stay with you and be present with you?
I mean, if he can be with me, that would be great. But if
absolutely he can. Yeah. Do you want him holding your other hand or just being in the room with you, which would be better for you?
I mean, I'm okay with him not necessarily holding my hand, but as long as he's kind of sitting with me, I think that's very helpful. Okay,
excellent. All right. Right-handed or left-handed, where do you prefer to have blood drawn? Because I will need to use a vein.
I would probably go with the left because I'm right-handed.
Go with your left.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have Forrest be on your right then.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to pause.
Way different, way different experience there.
Way different experience.
Yeah.
Would it have taken a lot more time, really?
You know, I know. So Teepa, we often get this question whenever folks are seeing what we're doing and what we talk about. And when we have
Mhm.
videos where you actually get to see it, I think at most there may be like 15, 20 seconds of a difference that you see happen between a video of the typical approach or maybe what we saw here. And
Uncaring care and what we call caring care. So I care how the rest of Joanna's day goes. I care how the rest of my day goes. I care actually how I am present with the person I'm serving. This is a service. I have a job because of Joanna's doctor's decision and her decision and Forrest's decision to do this. It was an active choice. We're participating. There's mutual benefit in us being together and working together on this. What I did wasn't like rocket science, but there's a skill to it. There's a recognition. The task is sidebar to making this relationship effective. I'm about to stick a needle in somebody. And although I do it over and over and over, day after day, and I do it so many times, time after time, I think what we've got is some burnout. We've got some uncaring care because I've divorced myself from relationships. I don't seem to think it matters what I call you. And yet, the very last thing that will leave us as a human being is the name we were given when we were born, the name that we respond to. And it could be a nickname, not my formal name, because but if you don't care enough to find out, I don't care enough to like you back. And you're making my life really hard. So we all make mistakes. It's ignoring previous mistakes and not learning from them that causes harm. If I've made a mistake, I can say, I'm sorry, I was in a really bad place when I did that. And you did not deserve what happened. That shouldn't have happened. And I'm wondering, is it possible for us to try again? But I have to be willing to sustain a relationship that matters. So we stand around the world. And right now we're doing a course in Australia. I just got back from Oregon. We have people in many, many nations who are choosing to say brain change of all kinds will require brain change. And we've got to be willing to say we're different, but we both matter. And the relationship we have makes a difference. And it has to be mutually beneficial. And it has to be compassionate. And authentically, we have to stay curious about what's going on. It's asking questions, not making statements, that makes the difference. And then following through. So, till next time, may you find moments of being different pleasurable, interesting, beneficial. And may you, in those moments, see that 2 plus 2 does not equal more, it equals life. Take care.
thanks, Teepa. Bye, everybody.